The girl worried she might float too high, so she asked the boy to tie a rope around her. After making sure he had a firm grip, she unbuckled her special iron shoes. Instantly, she began floating upward. The boy held the rope below while the girl danced gracefully in the air. At the treetop, she paused to help a baby squirrel back to its nest. When Jack pulled Lucy back down, she beamed with joy and thanked him for his help. But Jack was just a visitor who had to return to his own world. Miss Pei asked Lucy to escort him out. Just as they entered the cave, an injured time bird stumbled in. Jack quickly told Lucy to take it for treatment. Back at the inn, Jack pulled out his grandfather's letter to Miss Pei. After hesitating, he couldn't resist reading it. The letter warned that many safe houses had been destroyed by the director and urged Miss Pei to be careful. Remembering his grandfather's strange death, Jack couldn't wait any longer. He had to return to the castle and find the truth, but no one would tell him anything. Seeing his desperation, the doll maker secretly suggested he ask Lucy, the softest-hearted child there. Sure enough, Lucy couldn't refuse Jack's pleas. She took him out to sea in a boat. Suddenly, Lucy stripped off her coat and jumped into the ocean. Jack, worried for her safety, jumped in after her. He watched as her iron shoes pulled her down slowly. Seeing Jack follow, Lucy used her power to create an air bubble so he could breathe. They reached a sunken ship. After Lucy sealed the door, she began releasing massive amounts of air. As the air filled the room, the seawater drained away. Jack stared at Lucy, breathless from her effort, and felt something stir inside him. Lucy sensed the awkward moment and quickly pulled out an iron box filled with photos and maps. She said his grandfather wanted him to have these, but Jack didn't understand what they meant. To explain, Lucy brought him to Miss Pei, who realized she couldn't hide the truth anymore. Long ago, the gifted ones lived openly. There were no soul eaters then. Until one day, a gifted one called the director refused to accept death. He wanted to live forever. He believed time birds could control time, and if he gained that power, he could achieve immortality. So he gathered others who craved eternal life and captured a time bird for experiments. The experiment failed. They became transparent monsters instead. The director discovered he could regain human form by absorbing life energy from other gifted ones, so they began hunting them down. Since the gifted couldn't see these monsters, they could only survive by hiding in time loop castles. Then Jack's grandfather discovered he could see the monsters. He left the loop, trained himself to fight, and became a monster hunter. As Miss Pei told this history, the rescued time bird woke up. It had been attacked by monsters. Miss Pei realized danger was coming and told the children to pack for evacuation. Jack had to say goodbye since his father was still on the island. But when he left the cave, he found someone drained of life energy. He instantly knew Soul Eaters had reached the island and rushed back to warn them, but he'd been followed. The pursuing man suddenly transformed into his therapist. Jack understood instantly. This was all a trap. The director had deliberately led Jack here to find Miss Pei. Mission accomplished. The director dragged Jack to the children's home and threatened Miss Pei to become his test subject. Miss Pei knew Jack was the only one who could see Soul Eaters. He was the gifted one's last hope. With no choice, Miss Pei transformed into a time bird and flew into the cage. With Miss Pei captured, Soul Eaters by the shore prepared to attack the children's home. So Jack rallied everyone to prepare defenses. They would fight the monsters their own way.